It is the world's most mysterious book. For 600 years, the Voynich Manuscript has defied every linguist, codebreaker, and historian who dared to touch it. It is a book written in a language that shouldn't exist, filled with plants that don't grow on this earth. We live in the age of silicon intelligence. We have mapped the human genome and taught machines to simulate the birth of stars. Yet, when the world's most powerful neural networks encounter these vellum pages, they don't just fail, they hallucinate. They spiral into digital madness. Why can't our most advanced AI crack a 15th century code? Is it a complex cipher, a lost natural language, or the most elaborate hoax in human history? Today, we peel back the vellum to see why the Voynich remains the ultimate error 404 of the ancient world. Carbon dating places the parchment between 1404 and 1438. It isn't a modern forgery, it is a genuine artifact of the Renaissance, containing 240 pages of botanical, astronomical, and biological drawings. But the text surrounding these images? It follows linguistic rules, yet means absolutely nothing. AI thrives on patterns. In any known language, letter frequency follows Zipf's law. The Voynich Manuscript follows these laws more perfectly than English or Latin. It has a structure, a rhythm, and a syntax. It looks like a language, it acts like a language, but it remains silent. When we feed this text into large language models, they attempt to find anchors, words they recognize. But there are no anchors. The words are repetitive, often appearing 3 or 4 times in a row. To a machine, it looks like a recursive loop, a glitch in human communication. The illustrations are equally haunting. Nude figures bathing in strange interconnected green vats. These aren't just drawings, they seem to be diagrams of a biological process we don't understand. AI vision models struggle to categorize them. Are they medical, alchemical, or something entirely alien to our history? Think about the sheer processing power we have today. A standard smartphone can perform trillions of operations per second. If this were a simple substitution cipher, a laptop could crack it in milliseconds. But the Voynich isn't a lock, it's a labyrinth with shifting walls. Some researchers believed the book was written in an extinct dialect of Hebrew or an encoded form of Proto-Romance. In 2018, an AI from the University of Alberta claimed it was Hebrew-based, but when the translation was read, it was gibberish. The machine saw a pattern where none existed. This is the overfitting problem. AI is so good at finding patterns that it will invent them if they aren't there. It hallucinates a meaning because it cannot accept the possibility of a void. The Voynich Manuscript acts as a mirror reflecting the biases of whatever intelligence tries to decode it. Was it a constructed language? Long before Tolkien created Elvish, Renaissance thinkers were obsessed with creating a universal logical language. If the Voynich is a lingua ignota, it may have no Rosetta Stone. It is a closed loop, an island of information with no bridge to the mainland. Mysteries like this remind us that even in a world of total data, some secrets remain sacred. If you find the intersection of ancient history and future tech fascinating, hit that subscribe button. Join us as we explore the shadows of the digital and physical worlds. One theory suggests the manuscript is a hoax by the 16th century occultist Edward Kelly. But why create such a complex, linguistically consistent hoax before the invention of modern linguistics? The effort required to fake the Voynich's statistical properties would be almost as difficult as writing a real book. Our AI models are trained on human data. They understand how we speak, how we think, and how we lie. But if the Voynich was written using a method of auto-writing or a unique cognitive glitch, the AI has no baseline. It's searching for human logic in a non-human sequence. Consider the Cardin Grill theory, a method of encryption using a template with holes. To an AI, the resulting text would look like a random distribution. Without the specific physical template used by the author in 1420, the code is mathematically unbreakable. It is a physical key for a digital ghost. Every time a new AI solves the Voynich, the academic community quickly debunks it. The machines are prone to confirmation bias on a massive scale. They find the 5% of the text that fits their model and ignore the 95% that remains stubbornly silent and strange. We are trying to use a scalpel made of light to dissect a shadow. The Voynich Manuscript may not be a code to be broken, but a work of outsider art, the product of a single brilliant and perhaps fractured mind that saw the world through a lens we can no longer recreate. Some suggest it's a pharmacopoeia, a book of medicines, but the plants are chimeras, combining roots of one species with leaves of another. AI image recognition flags them as high uncertainty. It's as if the author was intentionally trying to bypass the natural order of things. In the end, the Voynich Manuscript remains the ultimate challenge for artificial intelligence because it represents the human X factor. It is the messiness of creativity, the obsession of the individual, and the beauty of a secret kept perfectly for 6 centuries. Will we ever decode it? Perhaps one day a more advanced intelligence, one that understands the soul as well as the script, will find the answer. Until then, the Voynich remains a beautiful, silent monument to everything we do not know. And perhaps that is how it should be. From Alan Turing to the FBI's best codebreakers, the manuscript has been a graveyard for reputations. During World War II, the men who cracked the Enigma code took a shot at the Voynich. They walked away empty-handed, humbled by a piece of medieval animal skin. What makes it so difficult? It's the entropy. In linguistics, entropy measures the unpredictability of a message. The Voynich has an incredibly low entropy. It is too predictable to be a simple substitution, yet too complex to be a random stream of gibberish. Modern AI thrives on deep learning. You feed it millions of examples of a language and it learns the hidden rules. But there is only one Voynich manuscript. There is no big data for this script. The AI has nothing to compare it to, making training impossible. Some believe the manuscript is glossolalia, speaking in tongues but in written form, a stream of consciousness from a state of religious ecstasy or mental illness. If the author didn't know what they were writing, how could a logical machine ever hope to find meaning? This is the tragedy of the Voynich. Every breakthrough is a false dawn. The AI finds a few words that sound like juniper or fire, and the media proclaims the mystery solved. But when applied to the rest of the 35,000 words, the logic shatters. To crack the Voynich, the AI might have to become as strange as the manuscript itself. It may require an intelligence that doesn't just process data, but one that can dream, hallucinate, and wander through the irrational corners of the human psyche. Is the book a message to the future? A time capsule designed to be unreadable until a certain level of intelligence is achieved? Or is it a mirror designed to show us that our pursuit of meaning is often just a dance with our own shadows? The sheer physical beauty of the manuscript is its most effective defense. It draws you in with its strange aesthetics, its faded greens and blues, and its delicate penmanship. It seduces the mind to believe there is a secret worth knowing just behind the next page. We are currently in a stalemate. The 15th century scribe and the 21st century algorithm are locked in a silent battle of wits. One used a quill and animal skin, the other uses billions of transistors. Neither side is giving an inch in this war of information. Patterns are comforting. They give us the illusion of control. But the Voynich manuscript is the anti-pattern. It is the static between radio stations. It is the white noise of history. And for an AI, white noise is the ultimate predator. Some theorists suggest the book is an early form of micrography, where the large letters are actually composed of thousands of tiny microscopic characters. AI could potentially scan for this, but even then, the scale of the data would be overwhelming for current hardware. Perhaps the author was looking at a different sky, not the one over Europe in 1420, but from a different world or a different dimension. This sounds like science fiction, but when science fails to provide an answer, the mind wanders into the fantastic. We are obsessed with the why. Why write a book no one can read? Why spend years on detailed illustrations of non-existent plants? Maybe the why is the wrong question. Maybe the manuscript is just a how, a demonstration of pure, unadulterated creativity. If we ever do crack it, we might be disappointed. It could be a mediocre book of herbal remedies or a failed attempt at a novel. The mystery is almost certainly more interesting than the solution. The Voynich is a ghost that refuses to be orcsized. As we push further into the era of artificial general intelligence, the Voynich manuscript will be there, waiting, a silent challenger. a reminder that some things are meant to be felt, wondered at, and left completely, beautifully, and perfectly misunderstood. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the unknown. The world is full of ciphers, but only one has a soul made of vellum and ink. Until next time, keep looking for the patterns, even when they refuse to be found.